My name is Erica Pelton, and my theorist was Jerome Bruner. Jerome was born on October 1st, 1915, and lived until June 5th, 2016, which unfortunately was last week when he died at the age of 100. He was born in New York City, and his parents were Herman and Rose Bruner, who emigrated from Poland. In 1937, Jerome earned a BA in psychology from Duke University. He received a master's degree and a PhD in psychology from Harvard University in 1939 and 1941. In 1987, he was given a Balzan Prize for contributions to our understanding of the human mind. In 1974, for outstanding and original research, he was given the Saiba Gold Medal. He received a Fellow from the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. He contributed to cognitive and educational psychology. He was a co-founder of a cognitive psychology program at Harvard and coined the term scaffolding. Was currently a professor at NY School of Law. He's written over 20 books in his lifetime. While at Oxford during the 1960s, Bruner's philosophy guided the Head Start program. Bruner believes that the mind is active and constructive even in babies. Two examples of books that he has written were The Process of Education, Actual Minds, Possible Worlds. Jerome was influenced early on by his sister Alice. He often thought about how her mind worked and tried to see things the same way that she did. His father was a watchmaker who sold his inventions to Bulova. His father would frequently travel to Switzerland, and Bruner would associate the open water with an open mind. At the early age of 12, his father passed away. Bruner continuously analyzed the effects of thinking and their relation to the human condition. This helps him to think about the mind and its endless possibilities. Bruner was anti-Hitler and wanted to join the army and fight for the Jews. However, due to his blindness, he was unable to. At an early age, he had a double cataract surgery. Instead, he joined the Foreign Broadcast Intelligence Unit, making inferences about the connections between politics and psychology. He joined the Psychological Warfare Division created by Eisenhower, allowing him to further study psychology and propaganda. Bruner studied people's actions on a philosophical basis, and this idea later became known as cultural psychology. Cognitive psychology. Psychology at Harvard was divided into two categories. The first being social, developmental, and clinical, combined with sociology and social anthropology. The second, experimental psychology. While at Harvard, Bruner joined up with Chomsky and Gardner and co-founded the Cognitive Studies program. This was the study of thinking which related to psychology to human condition. Constructivism. This is the idea that people construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiences and then reflect on those experiences. Learners then can construct new ideas based on past knowledge and experiences. There are three parts of constructivism. The first is representation, the second, spiral curriculum, the third, discovery learning. There are also three stages of representation. The first is enact representation, which develops between the birth and age 1. Children represent objects by their sensation of them. Children learn through physical objects and the actions of these. The second stage is iconic representation. This develops at age 2 to 6 years old. It allows children to recognize objects even when only changed slightly, and it encourages the learner to use mental pictures that stand for certain objects or events. The third stage is symbolic representation, which develops between age 7 and above. This uses symbols to encode knowledge, and the learner has the ability to think in abstract terms. When a teacher is teaching a new concept, it's important to incorporate all three of these stages into the learning process. Spiral curriculum should be arranged so that new material is based upon old material taking a spiral shape, which you can see in the picture here. Teachers need to teach the material in a variety of different ways so that all students can grasp the material. Right now, Common Core is based upon this strategy. Discovery learning is knowledge that is gained by yourself. Students search, learn, and investigate knowledge on their own and create their own inferences. Bruner's theory on instruction has 4 parts. The first, predisposition to learning. The second, structure of knowledge. The third, effective sequencing. And the fourth, reinforcement. Predisposition to learning. Subjects can be taught to children at any age, at any stage in the developmental process in such a way that fits the abilities of the child. Structure of knowledge. The relationship between techniques and factual elements. Details are more easily retained and committed to memory when organized or structured. And according to Bruner, perception, conceptualization, learning, decision-making, and making inferences all involved categorization. Effective sequencing. This is using the spiral curriculum, and it's using basic ideas, building upon them until a student has full understanding and has reached mastery level. According to Bruner, if a student is interested in the material, then that is the ideal position for learning to occur. Rewards and punishments should be chosen accordingly. When using constructive in the classroom, the teacher should help students explore and engage in new discoveries and opportunities. The teacher should step back and observe student learning and only offer assistance when necessary, and this is giving the children a hands-on experience and stepping back and letting them learn. The teacher should have the classroom set up in centers that allow for self-exploration. Encourage higher-level thinking using Bloom's taxonomy. Allow students to problem solve on their own, offering assistance when necessary. Students should work in groups to simulate additional learning and questions from peers. The teacher should provide a hands-on learning experience for all students. Technology should be incorporated into the lessons to stimulate further learning. If you click on this video here, this will bring you to an interview with Jerome Bruner and his theories on teaching in the classroom. This is also an interview with Jerome Bruner, which was given on 2011. And during 2011 is when he met with Dr. Smirnova on one of his visits. And this was her final visit that she had with him. And this was a picture taken from their interview together. Thank you for listening on all of my research on Jerome Bruner.